Hi, so I haven't gotten to talk about FNAF in a while, huh? But luckily, since it's the 10th anniversary, oh my god, it's been 10 years. 10 years? Yeah, 10 years since the original FNAF came out. And with that, they've announced like a whole slew of things that are coming out, including new games, new collaborations, which was Dead by Daylight at this point. And I mostly wanted to talk about the games. I'll save the other two for another time, but it was the Joy of Creation got a demo, and it's releasing, I think this year, but yeah, it got a demo. So far, I've heard nothing but good things about it. Then 5 Laps at Freddy's, I think, is the other one that got a demo. Actually, let me go double check. Yep, 5 Laps at Freddy's, which has its own art style. It looks pretty decent. I didn't hear those exact words when people were describing how it plays and how it ran. That's probably another thing I have to check out. Just maybe when it's fixed a little bit. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up too much other than with that one specifically. It looked decent. Maybe I'll get impressed by the gameplay if they fixed it. Apparently, it was having like major issues running on people's computers. So that's unfortunate. Just another thing that wasn't ready to come out, or I don't exactly know what happened with that, and we probably won't know for a little bit. But yeah, the one that I wasn't really expecting was Steel Wool to announce just a brand new game coming out. It's going to be the carnival game that people have been assuming will take place, because like the whole theming that this trailer has is an old, very old aesthetic, and even the tweet that it was announced with, or the description, depending on where you see it, to see the future, sometimes you need to understand the past. A brand new original nightmare in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. In 2025, we will be getting Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. And you know me, the very, very enthusiastic Mimic fan. Yippee. I don't know, I still haven't come around to the Mimic being the new villain, especially with the saltiness that I was left with in Security Breach, but I'm willing to give it another chance. I hope they do something cool with it. Just actually use the concept they're coming up with. And they didn't even come up with this. This was like from the books. So just use this and make something cool out of it. Because with Vanny, you had something there. You had something with Burn Trap. Even if you needed to explain why he was there again, there was something there. And I actually haven't watched the Daco interview with Scott again. He apparently mentioned something with Burn Trap, like the original plans with him. So that's another thing I have to check out. But the whole going to the past, explaining that era of FNAF, I'm fully for, because FNAF 2 explained the before FNAF 1. People aren't against the idea of going to the past. Especially, you know, this kind of reminds me of Call of Duty, like the way that they went to the future and kept going to the future. They went so far in the future, they had to reverse and go back to the past and then eventually just stick to modern. So I wonder if there's gonna be parallels with FNAF here, like just they're going to do the exact same thing, just work their way to modern FNAF instead of like the future FNAF, which is kind of a shame because I want to see them move past the William and all this stuff. But I mean, I guess they kind of are, because I think this takes place before. It's a little rocky because, you know, have to follow so many videos and theories to get an idea of where this takes place. And I'm sure there's gonna be an endless sea of theory videos as to where this is actually gonna take place. But I think the major consensus is that this is the carnival event that Baby was involved in, or I think it was before Baby. Like, it's a little confusing, but hopefully it makes sense. But man, like the Mimic has a completely different appearance here too, if this is it, because the music that also plays is the jukebox of the puppets. So is this the, I mean, it has to be the Mimic pretending to be the puppet, or the Mimic was the puppet before the puppet. What is a puppet? It mimics the user. Like the user has to put its personality onto the puppet. So maybe it's that? I'm probably completely off with that, but just something, I guess. Again, cool concept, and I like that they're going back to the past, but just, I hope they make something out of it. That's all. I just want it to be good. Please, for the love of God, just please. And I wasn't really okay with the mimic back then. It was like they were trying to compensate for the fact that they didn't complete Security Breach's story properly. So they just redid it. They did a little bit of a softer reboot in a way where it still continues the story, of course, but to where they can squeeze out a new story out of it. They retcon certain events, and I'm sure that how Security Breach and Ruin is now is not the original plans, and I'll still believe that. But they did pull something from the books, and it has legs to stand on. Even if I don't personally like the mimic and the idea of it, I'm still willing to give it a chance. So let's see how it turns out. I'm a little worried, of course, because of how things ended up last time, but I hope I'm not eating my words here, but I think maybe they have more time to figure things out properly and plan it out and have proper communication between Scott and his vision and not trying to fill in the blanks. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully, for the love of God, please, please, please. But yes, I think that's everything I wanted to say for now, because there's not really a lot to talk about. And also, before I end the video, it is completely okay to show certain events happening. It is okay to do show don't tell sort of thing. There's certain things that are best told to you so you can fill in the blanks with your imagination, but there's certain things that need to be shown. So if you need or feel like something needs to be shown, actually show it. Don't be afraid to show it. It is completely okay. And that's pretty much it. Okay, bye-bye.